Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, the world is once again watching Tehran, and this time, the shockwaves are louder than ever. Iran has officially unveiled its next-generation hypersonic missile, the Fattah, a weapon that experts claim could completely change the face of modern warfare and tilt the balance of power in the Middle East. What we're re-witnessing is not just another missile test. It's a declaration of technological and military ambition, one that has already sent Israel, the United States, and even NATO scrambling for answers. Let's dive deep into what this new weapon means, how it was developed, and why the Fattah-2 could mark the beginning of a new and dangerous chapter in global security. In a ceremony broadcast across Iranian state television, President Ibrahim Raisi and top commanders of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps proudly unveiled the sleek, black and silver missile. Behind them, the words speed, precision, power flashed on large LED screens. The message was unmistakable. Iran is stepping into the hypersonic race, and it's doing so with confidence. According to reports, the Fattah-2 is capable of traveling at Mach 15, which means 15 times the speed of sound. It can maneuver mid-flight, evade radar systems, and strike targets with pinpoint accuracy, making it nearly impossible to intercept using existing defense systems like Israel's Iron Dome or the US Patriot batteries. For context, the missile's predecessor, the original Fattah, was unveiled in 2023. It already shocked the defense world by being Iran's first hypersonic missile capable of hitting targets within minutes. But the Fattah-2 is far more advanced. It's faster, stealthier, and reportedly uses a new type of solid-fuel engine that allows it to reach higher altitudes and adjust its trajectory mid-flight. Iranian officials claim that the Fattah-2 can reach anywhere in the Middle East within 400 seconds. Think about that. Just over 6 minutes from launch to impact. In that time, there's almost no warning, no interception, and no defense. This announcement comes at a time of skyrocketing regional tensions. In recent months, Israeli airstrikes have intensified across Gaza, Lebanon, and even the Syrian border. Iran, meanwhile, has strengthened its ties with allies like Russia and China, nations already challenging the Western-led world order. Analysts say that unveiling the Fattah-2 now is no coincidence. It's a message not only to Israel, but to Washington and Brussels. Iran wants to be taken seriously as a military power. The global reaction was immediate. In Tel Aviv, Israeli intelligence reportedly held an emergency security meeting. Defense officials are said to be assessing how the Fattah-2 could threaten their air bases and infrastructure. One anonymous Israeli military source told Reuters, "If Iran's claims are true, this missile can strike any of our key facilities before we can even respond." Meanwhile, the Pentagon released a cautious statement acknowledging the reports, emphasizing that the US continues to monitor Iran's ballistic and hypersonic developments closely. But behind the calm diplomatic language, there's growing concern. The Fattah-2 doesn't just represent a new missile. It represents a leap in capability that few nations possess. Only a handful of the US, Russia, and China have successfully developed hypersonic systems of this kind. Now, Iran joins that elite list. Iran's Revolutionary Guard commanders claim that the missile is equipped with advanced guidance technology and defensive countermeasures that allow it to change course mid-air to avoid interception. This is something no conventional ballistic missile can do. It essentially means that Iran's enemies, even those with the best missile defenses, might not be able to stop it once it is launched. Experts say this could force Israel and the US to rethink their entire air defense architecture in the Middle East. Systems like Iron Dome or Arrow 3 are designed to intercept predictable, ballistic hypersonic missiles. On the other hand, glide and maneuver, making them unpredictable and extremely difficult to detect in time. And here's where things get even more serious. Iran's new weapon may not just be a deterrent. It could also serve as leverage in political negotiations, particularly around sanctions, the nuclear deal, and regional influence. Tehran has long argued that it needs a strong defense capability to deter Western and Israeli aggression. Now, it may finally have a weapon that lives up to that promise. Inside Iran, the unveiling has sparked a wave of national pride. State television showed citizens cheering in the streets, waving flags, and chanting slogans celebrating the technological victory. Officials described it as a response to decades of threats and hostility. But outside Iran, the mood is far more anxious. In Washington, some analysts warned that the introduction of hypersonic weapons in the Middle East could trigger an arms race unlike anything seen before. Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and even Egypt may now accelerate their own missile development programs, or turn to major powers like the US and China to buy similar technology. Meanwhile, Russia and China have reportedly welcomed Iran's advancement. Russian military analysts describe the Fattah-2 as a significant addition to the anti-Western defense bloc, while Chinese media praised Iran for achieving independence in strategic technology. For Israel, though, this development couldn't have come at a worse time. The country is already stretched thin, with ongoing military operations in Gaza and along the Lebanese border. The threat of a new, nearly unstoppable Iranian missile adds another layer of pressure on its defense forces. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is said to have met with top military officials to discuss strategic options. While no official comment has been made, Israeli intelligence insiders suggest that Israel may consider preemptive cyber or air operations to limit Iran's missile production capacity. At the same time, U.S. satellite data has reportedly picked up unusual activity around several Iranian underground missile bases, suggesting that Tehran is preparing for further testing or deployment. Western experts are divided on whether the Fattah-2 is truly as advanced as Iran claims. Some believe it's part of a psychological warfare strategy to project power and deter attacks. Others argue that Iran's progress in solid fuel propulsion, radar evasion, and missile guidance technology is real and should not be underestimated. A senior analyst at Jane's Defense Review stated, even if the Fattah-2 doesn't reach the claimed Mach 15, the fact that Iran is developing and testing such systems independently is alarming. So stay reclosing the gap fast. And here's the critical point. Even a partially successful hypersonic missile gives Iran a strategic advantage. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles, hypersonics can strike targets much faster and are harder to trace, leaving very little time for a This is what makes the Fattah-2 not just a military tool, but a geopolitical game-changer. It shifts deterrence in Tehran's favor, giving Iran confidence to push back against Israeli or Western aggression. The symbolism of this unveiling can't be ignored either. It's a direct statement that Iran will not be contained, not by sanctions, not by isolation, and certainly not by threats. The timing, amid ongoing Gaza conflict and rising U.S.-Israel coordination, is deliberate. It sends a loud message. We are ready. As global powers scramble to respond, analysts warn of potential escalation. Israel might accelerate its development of new defense systems, perhaps even seeking U.S. cooperation on laser interceptors like the Iron Beam. The U.S. may push for tighter sanctions or increased naval presence in the Persian Gulf, and Iran, emboldened by its success, could continue unveiling even more powerful weapons. In the end, the Fattah-2 may be more than just a missile. It's a statement of Iran's future. It shows that the era of Western technological dominance in the Middle East is ending. Iran is no longer reacting to the world, it's shaping it. And as the tension between Tehran and Tel Aviv continues to rise, one thing is clear: the Middle East's arms race is entering a new, faster, and far more dangerous phase. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.